Right.
And that was my first investment.
Right.
And it made me feel so good.
Real estate. This is a big industry,
Yeah.
and especially for people in the US.
I am from Mount Kenya.
I've been seeing a lot of videos coming out of Kenya, and the conversation is about flooding. And many have put up a post like plot for sale in the middle of.
Scene in the water.
What do you have to say about that?
I don't think I've ever upgraded my life. I think Kenya upgraded me. 16 years, I stayed the same place. When I left for Kenya, I was in the same apartment for 8 years. I have a piece of earth in this earth. Like kuna pahali pangu, I can go chill there, make a makeshift house if I want, live there, nobody can tell me nothing.
Right.
It felt so good. Yeah, and I like that question because some people say, no, I cannot buy Nanyuki. I cannot buy Kikuyu. I cannot buy Thika. I don't want to live there. You're not buying to live there.
Because that's the mindset. That is the mentality.
Especially us from Mount Kenya. We want places that look like Mount Kenya. Where are you
Right.
from yourself? Don't trust brokers. Brokers, they don't care what you're buying or how much, they just care about the
Their
commission.
commission.
Hawana feelings kwako hata kidogo. Use your relatives to go see the land.
Okay.
They kwakwambia iko hivi na iko hapa, that's it. He gave me a brush and told me to clean those ladies' toilet as he does the men.
Right.
I've never forgotten that time. When I took the brush and looked like, me clean a toilet? What are you talking about?
Who did you leave your daughter in the care of? I've spoken to some people who tell me, I don't know who do I leave my child with?
That's a good question.
Welcome to TCTV1 USA. My name is Tony Shira, and we are also going to be showing this on The Tony Shira Show. Today, I've just been honored with getting a guest that I have been looking for a long time. Met her about 2 or so years ago. I lived in the US in the state called Alabama. She's been doing a lot of stuff back in Kenya, and she's in the US for a couple of things. Please introduce yourself to my guests, because I know they are wondering, who's this beautiful girl in studio?
Thank you so much, Tony, for having me.
You're welcome.
I am having a good time. My name is Mwai. I am the CEO of Bama, Diaspora Realty Limited. This is a real estate company in Kenya.
Awesome. Real estate. This is a big industry, and especially for people in the US. We've had a lot of stories about, like you're sending money to get a piece of land, and then when you get home, you don't have any land or whatever. But before we get into that, let's just go back to knowing who Mwai is.
Oh, Mwai. Mwai is a lot of things. But the biggest thing that people know me about is that I am somebody who is an investor. Everywhere I go, I'll try to talk to people about to better their life, to save, and to invest in a very meaningful way. So Mwai was born in Kenya in a place called Kiambu. Yeah, I've lived there for a while. I lived there till I was like 20 something. Then I came to the US. Yeah, when I came here, I came as a young girl. I did several kind of things, of odd jobs.
How did you come? The reason I'm asking you that is because I have a segment on my show that is called Coming to America.
Nice.
But that is not why we are here. Maybe we should have that in a different segment. But how did you come to America?
Guess what? I was coming to Seattle, and I never came until 2018. That was 2007 and 6. I came to the US in 2006, and I was supposed to land in Alabama. A friend picked me up, takes me to a hotel, helped me get the ticket from Alabama to Seattle.
Right.
When he came to pick me up, his name is Jogona Amoshafa. He's watching from somewhere, maybe.
Right.
So
Big up, Jogona.
He told me, where are you going? Unaenda wapi? There you cannot survive. It rains a lot.
Hata sahi kunanyesha, by the way.
It's been here a week. It's been raining every day. So he told me about work is going to be harder. He told me it's better as the way umekuja to stay in Alabama, utaweza kujijenga haraka na in a easier way.
Okay.
Yeah, and the community here is closer and close-knit. But, well, everybody likes where they are.
And from that time, you never came to Seattle?
I actually called my host 2 days later and told her, hey, I changed the ticket. I haven't bought the ticket.
Right.
I am buying the ticket, and I'll let you know went to pick me up at the airport.
Right.
So I kept changing the story, and I never came. I never came from, that's a lot of years, right?
Yeah. From 2007, you said?
From 2006
2006 to 2018.
Right.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's like 12 years.
Yeah. You never made it to where you were coming initially.
Never. And when I came here, actually, I was like, I wish I came here earlier.
Is that so?
That's what I thought. I thought if I came here earlier, I could have reached my goals faster.
Did you have goals right from the beginning, like when you were leaving home, or, at what point did you have these goals, or which goals are these that we're talking about?
I think like most people, I was coming to the US for 3 years.
Right.
Picks a lot of money from the ground and the trees.
And go back.
Go back.
Kuokota vile zinaokotagwa because pale Jamhuri watu wanasemaga pesa ni kuokotwa inaokotwa. Nitumie $1.
I was thinking I'm going to buy a duffel bag and stuff some money because we did not have all these sending apps.
Right.
And then go home. I had a nice, good life there. But I was not hoping to give my daughter a better life. So I thought coming here 3 years, I can get like 4 or 5 million and I knew what to do with back home.
Right.
Of course, that never happened.
So you had your daughter before you came to the US already?
Yeah. She was like a year old.
Okay.
I left my daughter a year old.
Wow. How was it leaving her that young?
It was pretty hard. And I want to applaud everybody over there who made the decisions to leave their spouses, their children behind. It's not easy. Some people judge people who do that. But people have their reason that you might not understand. Even if like they're doing well back in Kenya, they have a reason why they leave them behind. It is tough. Going to the airport was the hardest.
Right.
So what I did, and I have advised 2 people when it worked, I blocked I switched off that part of my mind.
Right.
I completely blocked any emotion, anything.
You detached yourself.
Detached myself. And I was just like a zombie, like I was like,
floating.
This is happening, I'm doing this. Yeah, but when I got here, I had to buy, I was saving my card. Do you remember those scratch numbers you could scratch and call?
Yeah.
I had a big box, so I could call every day. And that time it was so expensive. And that's how I tried to bond with her.
Right. Who did you leave your daughter in the care of? I've spoken to some people who tell me, I don't know how to leave my child. Who do I leave my child with?
That's a good question, because if you leave your kid in a good care, you will be able to settle here faster. But if you leave your kid where you think they are bothered, or somebody you don't think they will do what you tell them to do, you're not gonna even work very well. Everybody will see you are troubled and you might get to depression. So I tell people, leave your kids with your mother. Your mother brought you up. They know better, right? We don't trust we think they're old-fashioned, but I think they are better. If you can upgrade your parents, maybe, and bring them closer to where you want your child to have education, but I think that's the best way. If you have a bad...
That's an interesting perspective. I mean, I hadn't even thought about that, because as you were saying that, in my mind, what I was thinking, what if you're married? So do you bring your mom over to your house, or what,
Yeah, and coming here is a journey. It's hard. Even your parents might be denied coming over.
Right.
You see? Even that child, if you're coming here as a visitor, you cannot bring that child.
Yeah.
You have to be in good status to actually
be able to bring them along.
Yeah. So I have friends in Dubai who are also my clients, who I know have left their kids even with friends.
Right.
One of them, I was actually involved in the process of getting the daughter who was 6. The daughter who was 6 from the sister. The sister had treated the kid so bad until the teacher now reached out to other people.
That's interesting.
And it was difficult. Yeah, so we were able to change. Now it was a friend who was hosting the baby, and the lady would send money. So make sure you do your homework very well. You can actually take this kid before you come here, have them stay there for a little bit and ask them how are they feeling, how do they like it, what would they need changed. But I always tell people your siblings or your relatives might not be the best people also. So make sure you are connected with your kid and you know where they are comfortable. Your siblings and your relatives can also treat your kids bad.
That is profound.
On the kids' end, you have left
Yeah.
If you have ever dated or you're married, when your spouse goes, you feel bad. So imagine a child being left by their mother who protects them. They are feeling so bad. So add mistreatment.
Right.
That child will never be normal in the society.
And we are now in your case talking about a 1-year-old.
Yeah. 1 year.
That must have been tough.
It was so tough. Like when I came here, I make a little money. I would go shopping everywhere. I was replacing that with things and stuff, and I'll send them back home.
That brings me to something else that I have also witnessed and also heard people talk about. Like, because you're not there, you kind of think that you can use now the gifts and the presents and, shopping to replace you. Does that really work?
A little bit. For one, it can spoil your kid. It can be so... And I expect so much. And your kid is living with normal kids. They're not getting all those gadgets, all those high-end clothes.
Right.
So they might get a big head if they're not grounded.
Careful.
But what it does for you, it makes you feel better. Like now, you see, there's a fashion coming by for kids, the clothing line you're able to give them.
Right.
What I would advise is do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. Upgrade your kids' life. Upgrade where they're living. If it's your relatives, a friend, or your mom, upgrade their TVs, the seats and stuff. Make them feel like they are better because you're away. You are the one who are sacrificing all this for them. But don't overdo it. Don't make them feel special.
Right.
Some women, they have their kids even dictating what their dad will eat. Like, uliza mtoto tunakula nini? Unataka kukula nini daddy leo?
Right.
Like, everybody will eat what your kid says.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that can be tricky. And you're doing that so that they don't disappoint you as the mother that is out there.
Exactly. And you're the one buying all these things.
Oh, yeah.
And they want you, when your mom calls, you say good things about them.
Right. Thank you for letting us in on that little bit of that history. I want to ask you the goals, because you mentioned goals. You said if you had come to Seattle, you would probably have achieved your goals faster. What were these goals?
I wanted to come make money, maybe between 3 to 5 million, and go back to Kenya and start a business.
Okay.
So my first job, it was in a gas station, and I was getting paid $7.25. And it was like, I think it was 8 hours, basically 40 hours.
A week.
Yeah, and so when I came here, I realized that is nothing.
Yeah. Like what you get from Seattle.
Yeah, $7.25 is nothing. So the time I took, and then I relaxed. When I got to Birmingham, I don't know, after 1 year I relaxed. I just, maybe I had a big culture shock.
Okay.
Like now, a friend came and picked me up just to get out of the house. And we went to do his job, what he does. And it was cleaning offices.
Okay.
And he gave me a brush and told me to clean those ladies' toilet as he does the men.
Right.
I've never forgotten that time. When I took the brush and looked like, me clean a toilet? What are you talking about? I thought I'll go sit somewhere and watch an old lady as they sit there and watch their TV, take them to bed. Because in Kenya, you don't... I had like a good job,
Tell us about that. What were you doing before you left Kenya?
Well, I am so entrepreneurial, it's not even funny. Because when I left school at 18, the same year when I was 18, that December, umemaliza shule, my uncle and my aunt had a bureau. You remember bureau?
Writing? Typing.
Copywriting.
Photocopying.
Yeah, typesetting.
Yeah.
So I went to stay with them, and immediately my uncle said, go and learn and see what's happening.
Right.
So before the end of December, I was being even left by myself there to tend the customers. So that's how I learned about these things when I was 18. By the time I was 20, I had mine.
Your own bureau?
Yeah, in Kiambu. I was doing that in Gara. Now I had mine in Kiambu.
Wow.
Pale kwa Kirori, if you come from Kiambu, pale stores, opposite the hospital hapo. Pale Karungufe. I had my own shop doing all these things. And it was like a good life because I could net 50K 50K a month. By then, it was good money.
That's very good money.
It was. I was comfortable. Actually, some of my friends were surprised that I'm leaving Kenya. But I never settle. When I get to a goal, I want the next one.
Right.
Like my goals, I set them like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, how did you then eventually now settle down into real estate? What was that progression like?
It was.
And where did you even get the idea from? Like, so you're in Birmingham, your friend takes you to this place, you do the cleaning, and it's shock for you because it's nothing that you had expected.
I was shocked.
So how do you get back into line? What happens after that?
My relationship with land started a long time ago because my grandfather, rest in peace, but I remember when I was in primary school. I am from Mount Kenya, Kiambu, if you know that area, Kanunga, Kadhifati, that side. If you come from there, you know the land is 50 by 100. The maximum is 100 by 100 for our whole family.
Oh, yeah.
You're in 100 by 100, a quarter of an acre with your uncles and their family and kids and your cousins.
Yes.
So I was feeling like, why is this like this? And I could see other people had big land. So I would lecture my Guka, you are a teacher. Your brother is a teacher. So and so is a teacher. They have big lands. How come you didn't buy the lands? I could not see why. He given the same chances, he didn't actually live here. And he told me I will never understand. But of course, he had 2 wives and he had a lot of children, like maybe I think 13. So he had a lot to do, and I could not understand. So I was like, when I grow up, I'll make sure I change my parents, and my kids will have a playground. They will have a lot. They will not go leasing, because we used to lease where we're gonna plant. Tulikuwa tunapanda mashamba za wenyewe, sijui zinalipwa yearly or something.
Yeah.
Not our own, because we just live where we own. Ukifika mwisho ni ende ya kwenu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came with that hunger, and when I was in Kenya, I didn't even start. I started when I was here. Yeah, so but I was looking everywhere. I was listening. I was looking at TV, on the YouTube, everywhere I could do my homework before I even started.
Right.
So I started when I came here. I was able to save like $1,000.
Okay.
That is how I started. With $1,000, I bought the first piece.
Wow. Where was that?
I think it was the first piece is my grandmother, the one that I was named after.
Okay.
My grandparents and my parents, they're so much into cooperative. It's a group of invest.
Yeah.
So my grandmother, they were a group of women. They used to go chama, gubatos, that's what they call them, and they would buy in places.
Okay.
I was so amazed by my grandparents because they would trust people they don't know. So those people who don't invest, and you know people, you know their offices. Our grandparents, and I know your grandparents, they used to shikana. They trust so much the treasurer, the chair, the vice, and they send them to scout for land. And they bring the report. And everybody contributes, and they go buy a chunk and they subdivide.
That's cute.
They buy in shares. Like if 4 shares gives you maybe 8 plots, 2 shares, 4 plots. So that's what my grandmother did. And he bought so many. Maybe he had, I don't remember how many, but how I bought mine is because now she was like 80 something. So she asked all them, what do you call us now, the grandkids who want to buy the share. She sold to the share.
Or her shares in that, whatever she had gotten from the Ngumbato.
Yeah, so by the time I was coming to it, I bought 1 share and we sent her like 68,000 shillings for a share in Mala.
Okay.
Which has now grown so much because I just gave her 68. I got my share. My other cousins did that.
Right.
And that was my first investment.
Right.
And it made me feel so good.
I
have a piece of earth in this earth. Like kuna pahali pangu, I can go chill there, make a makeshift house if I want, live there. Nobody can tell me nothing.
Right.
It felt so good. And I did not stop from there.
Did you intend to move to the place that you had bought? No.
I was smart enough to know land banking because I had joined KWFT. This is Kenya Women.
A finance trust.
Yeah, and I have seen the women. I had joined when I was 20 through my mom. So I was chamaring with my mama's age of kind of women. And I could listen in. I was very, very eager to learn and ask questions. And these women were buying land and this stuff. So I knew And then I could see people bringing their plots as the collateral to the loans.
Right.
And they would get the loans, and then they could do whatever they want to do. So I knew if I buy plot, it's called land banking. See, grow.
Yeah.
I buy tudogo twingi. When I want to build, I can take them to a Sakura bank, get a loan, or I can sell them and then have a maybe 10, 20 million and do what I want, because you're buying it at 100,000. Within 2-3 years, imefika 500,000. Ikifika 10 years, maybe it's 4-5 million.
Right.
Yeah, so that is, it's like investing. It's like buying shares, like people call them here, but these shares don't depreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Land
so
is always appreciating.
I have bought many plots, but I've never thought I'm building on any one of them. I don't plan to build on any one of them.
Right.
I plan maybe to do most of them to do farming,
Okay.
maybe to lease.
Right.
But I know one day I will sell them and do something, maybe invest or whatever, or travel the world.
Your next level of because you're always growing.
Yeah, and I like that question because some people say, no, I cannot buy Nanyuki, I cannot buy Kikuyu, I cannot buy Thika, I don't want to live there. You're not buying to live there.
Because that's the mindset. That is the mentality.
Especially us from Mount Kenya. We want places that look like Mount Kenya. Where are you from yourself?
I'm from Bere.
Bere in Embu.
Yeah.
So you see how green and nice that is, and everything is nice and busy. So people want to buy land that look like that.
Right.
If you find Kajiado with all the acacia, Kitengela, you don't want that because it doesn't look like home.
And actually, Mbere is like that. Mbere is like Kajiado and that.
It is?
So yeah, so Embu is in 2 zones. There's the Embu town, the Embu side of Embu
On the
County,
highway.
which is the highway. Yeah, the upper Embu, closer to Mount Kenya. And then there's a lower land Embu side, which is now Mbere.
Near Eastern or what? Or?
Yeah, that borders now Kamba, Kitui.
I see
like
now.
down the Seven Forks. If you go like around the dam area.
I see.
Yeah, that is Mbere. That's the side I come from.
Good.
So, but I understand what you're talking about, because people have this mind of, I want the lush greenery and
Shopping centers, hospital, wards.
all these developed places and all those good looking things. Right. So someone is buying land with in mind that is where I will put up a home.
Yeah, and you will never put up a home in 10 plots in different counties, never.
Right. So you just buy them to use them.
Yeah.
And then you can dispose them or...
Yeah, the investment. Just like your stock portfolio has so many different ones.
Right.
You don't even use, maybe you are Android person, but you have Apple.
Right.
You don't even care for Tesla. It was booming last week, but you have Tesla stocks, you see? The same mentality.
I've been seeing a lot of videos coming out of Kenya, and the conversation is about flooding. And many have put up a post like, plot for sale in the middle of...
in the water.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, what my trainers have told me, when you're buying land, buy now. Buy in the rainy season, my friends. Okay, don't judge Nairobi because of flooding, because that was the planners, the people who planned the city or the cities, the drainage, they did a bad job. They put concrete everywhere. We don't have green areas, so all the water is flooding.
All the water is, flowing.
Yeah, but if you're buying land in a ranch or outside the cities now, and that area, the terrain is maybe flat, that's when you know a flooding area. If you're buying land, gojea kukue wakati wa mvua, my dad used to say that. Now you'll see the flooding areas.
The real places, yeah.
Yeah, so wanaonyesha hivyo, they are very right. Buy land now when it's raining. Kwa sababu ikifika September na huko, hata seasonal rivers zimeenda.
Yeah.
I know people who live in Rongai and another one, they live I think in Kikuyu, and the stream there never have water. Right now, there was a video, alikuwa na video ikibeba mtu. Imebeba mtu juu.
From that stream.
Yeah, and everybody now had screamed and they told everybody to get on that stream so they can catch him. That stream is never nothing. It dries out completely. Now it had gone all the way up. It had flooded and had kubeba mtu.
Wow.
So if you come to buy that land in summertime, Kenyan summertime.
Yeah.
Unasema nitapanda boga mpaka kule, nifanye nini?
Right. Shock on you.
Shock on you, kunyesha kidogo zote zimeenda.
Wow. So is this something that you think about, like when you're getting the land that you trade in, that you buy and, sell to people?
You have to, because the clients will come to go see their land, and you are the one who will take them. So you have to involve the surveyor, you have to involve a lot of things, you have to do a lot of homework, the due diligence, because like now some urbanists, when they come in summer, it's a cold rainy season, May, June, July, right?
Yeah.
Even December rains a lot, and that's when we have the highest number of people we have taken to the land.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go, you will tell me, Anna, I want to see my beacons.
Yeah.
Anakuja na detective wawili, wanasimama kwa hiyo na hii kona na hii. Sasa utampeleka kwa maji.
No, you can't.
In this social media time, atakuja na take pictures.
Right.
This is my land. Amakae kuwe kama hao watu.
Yes.
This is my ocean.
This is my piece of the ocean.
Yeah.
Interesting. For a lot of people that have not experienced this, many fear, because we've heard stories of people like sending money home to a relative to buy for them a piece of land. And in the end, it's premium tiers when you get down there and like there's nothing to show. Your money went to some funny agent that never was. You don't even know whether to trust your relative when they tell you they
Broti
actually did.
maguta, maguta.
Broti maguta, something changed. There's no plot, there's no money. And even that agent
It's just a
no longer
sorry
exists.
story now. Yeah. So it happens. It has happened to most of us. I know even the people viewing. It has happened to you or you know somebody. I think everybody knows somebody. And I have seen even it happen to people who I thought they were smart.
Right.
But the people who think they've involved the lawyers and everybody. And sometimes you wonder what happened.
Right.
But I will say this, do your part, leave the rest to God. If if at the house and the highest person there decided to fake everything and everything was legit, but this is for the highest costing plots. Hiyo ndio ziko na hiyo ukora mwingi. Unanunua pahali hapo Ngara, kila kitu ni legit, lakini sasa zinaenda zinaharibiwa kule nini kunaitwaje at the house. Some things can be out of control, but most of the land buying most of the land buying, you can buy something that is not air. Involve your lawyer. I tell people, don't trust brokers. Brokers, they don't care what you're buying or how much, they just care about the commission. Hawana feelings kwako hata kidogo. So if you can go to the companies and buy from there, you are more likely, because the company don't want to mess their name. And if they do something wrong, they will try to compensate you.
Okay.
Unaona? And I was talking somewhere at the Canaan Circle and I was telling the ladies how people are losing money now. Hata si ukora ati hakuna shamba. Okay, ukora ya kubuy and your relatives are corrupt. Wamekula pesa zako. Because those are two different things. Your relatives ate your money. And then they told you they can even go photocopy it to ya wenyewe wakuletewa na kuonyesha ikiwa na jina yako. That is crime.
Yeah. Okay.
But kununua shamba unauziwa na mtu anakufekia. Unaona now the seller. That is not why you have to involve the lawyers and do all the due diligence.
Right.
And don't use your relatives to go see the land.
Okay.
They kwakwambia hiko hivi na iko hapa, that's it.
Right.
Use your dad to go oversee and be a witness. But deal with the lawyer and the company, get involved in everything. I was telling these members that venye watu wanapoteza do saa hizi, you see like this room we are in. Inakuwa value ya hii room, the actual value by a valuer, tuseme ni $10,000.
Right.
But me and the broker or your relative, nikuje nikuambie ni 15. So like I told you land banking unanunua unaeka. So tuseme unataka kwenda kuuza. 2-3 years later, ikifanya valuation inakuja 12, 13. Ama ukienda kuchukua loan iko 12, 13. And now it's 3-4 years later. So that's how people are getting conned now. Things are being added price.
Right.
So many people can benefit. So now by the time you're coming to sell it, it's not worth it.
Wow.
Make sure unajua nini value hiyo area unabuy. But please, don't even trust anybody in land buying or property. No one.
That is so crazy. I mean, all these tricks seem to be upgraded every often. People are coming up with ideas every time.
They do, and I tell people, even if you bring a surveyor, like this land that's $1 million and below, you can gamble if you have done all the homework. You have umefanya the homework on the company, because that is the most important land. Umefanya homework on the land. So some people, some companies will tell you we are selling here.
Right.
And like kwa hii tarmac 1 kilometer. Then you go, you find
touching tarmac.
Touching tarmac. Then you go there, you find their kilometer is equivalent to like 5 kilometer.
Oh my goodness.
Unaona?
And you've been given value that is for the land touching tarmac.
Land touching tarmac, my friend Tony, it is the whole estate.
Oh yeah, by the way. Come
The
to
whole
think of it.
estate is touching tarmac, right?
But
you
not
have to
your,
consider that.
not your spot.
It can be 100 acres.
Come on, Anne.
Your plot iko kule 3 kilometers.
You're breaking my heart.
Iko 3 kilometers, but it's still touching tarmac.
People do not know these things.
Yeah, they don't. So me, I do land that is up to 10 acres. I don't want to do big because when somebody is having like, I've seen 300 acres.
Yes.
So where do you think you are in 300 acres?
You might be on the other side of the county.
And you're buying the same price as everybody else who is near, and you might be losing money. By the time you get the title and you're coming to do the valuation of that piece of land, it doesn't have any value. It is half. So you have to be careful. Yeah.
What do you attribute that to in terms of like the way you've now spoken about this? How do you explain why you decide to take 10,000 and not take advantage like all those other people?
What we do, even if we buy more, we buy even 60, we put faces in them. We put face, we call them phase 1. We finish with this. We tell you it's near this and the distance. When it's sold out, we do the next one. So we are being honest and we are meaning what we are saying. And we will show you, we'll give you the pin of that place and we'll show you on the map. If it's Nanyuki, it's near the Mayan, or it's near the British Army, or it's near the Segera, the Retreat Hotel, we will show you where it is. But we will not give you the pin of here at the gate of this estate and your plot is 3 kilometers away inside.
Right.
You know?
So that's why I was asking, what do you attribute that to? Do you attribute that to a good upbringing, or did you just become a nice person?
On my end?
Yeah.
On my end is because I'm a diasporan. When you live here, it teaches you integrity. In Kenya, they might be greedy. They want to make money fast. They think you're so far away. When you're in Kenya, yeah, looks far. Just like the way when you're seated there thinking about Kenya, somewhere in Vere, it looks so far away. Kabla kuche ukonfirm hizi vitu zote si maisha imesonga. Yes, for me, it's integrity.
Right.
If you know me, I have worked with you, I have been in a group with you, I don't compromise.
I think that is an important thing for you to, again, reiterate for the people that are watching us. One of the things that we learn when we come to the US is values like honesty, integrity, and just making systems, like respecting the way systems are.
Yes, one thing also to add on that is value. You see, like this bottle of water. The only expensive place you can buy it maybe for $5-6 is the airport.
Right.
If you go any other store anywhere, it will range between $1.50 maybe to $3.
Yeah.
So nobody will ever overcharge you or be exorbitant or something.
Yeah.
That is something you get your fair profit. That is something you're taught in America.
Yes.
You care about even the buyers and you want to sell to many people.
Yes.
I started this business to help people in the diaspora get where I got, right?
Right.
So I want to help so many people. And I want to sell so many plots faster. And rather than sell few at a high price.
Yeah. So a lot of people are trying to like make a kill out of every opportunity and just run with it.
They do, yeah. The way they stare at it, the way they stare at their name, at that red stamp,
right,
knowing somewhere has my name on it.
Right.
It's a feeling you can't explain.
Si unapigia mwili pole. How can one tell the difference between a land buying company and maybe a broker, and what are the red flags to look for? CCTV 1, USA.
Are you an African living in the diaspora, Canada, USA, Europe? Are you always tired of the multiple jobs, multiple shifts, living from paycheck to paycheck? My sister, my brother, I have a solution for you wherever you are in the world. My name is Lois, and I'm here to tell you that there is better out here for all of us living abroad, so don't miss this opportunity. I started this online business 1 year ago, and I no longer have to work multiple jobs. This business runs on an automated automated system. You will get assigned a mentor and a coach who will guide you. You do not need any experience. At the end of the year, you will receive your tax document to file your taxes. So yes, it is legit. Come and see how people are earning 5 figures a month consistently. Reach out to me on WhatsApp at +1 971 415 0057 or visit www.loiskiaradigital.com and I will be more than happy to guide you through. Stay blessed and God bless you.
I don't even know how many land buying companies and, brokerage companies that exist. What is the difference? How can one tell the difference between a land buying company and maybe a broker, and what are the red flags to look for?
The red flags to look for is saying like how they represent other companies. A company that represents another company is an agent.
Okay.
Or a person representing other companies is a broker. They don't own what they're selling.
Say that again.
A company calling itself, let's say, Tony Properties. I can come to you, you sell mine. Another company can come, you sell theirs, but you don't own them.
Okay.
You're like Amazon. You see what I mean?
Yeah. They don't own the product, but they are the middle people.
They look for the client. Ni kama agents wa nyumba wenye unapea kumanage. They don't own that building.
Right.
They just, yeah. So the other company goes and buys the land. They subdivide it.
So it is, first of all, the mother title now is
It's
that
in
company's.
their company name. So if you want to know, ask for the title. It's gonna read that company.
Okay. Right. Right. And those are now the ones that are more reliable. Than these brokers.
They have a name to protect, right? They are not going to mess up most of the time. And they own that land. If you're an agent, they are not bad people. They are doing good. They're helping so many people. But in the diaspora, you don't want to bend on that side a lot.
Right.
Because they don't even have an affiliation with them. They just have a contract. You sell this, we pay you this, tuna.
Mnamalizana.
Yeah. And they will tell you what they have been told by the seller to say.
Right.
Wakiambiwa hii shamba iko Malindi, it is 3 miles to the ocean, they will say exactly, because they are given everything, the brochures. They don't have a say
probably not
on
even
editing.
gone there.
That's the point, because when you want to go, they will send you now to the company to go show you. So whatever they tell you is what they have been told. When somebody is not the owner, they tell you what they have been told to tell them. And we can always pay people to say what we want them to say as owners. Yeah.
I've seen you in videos and photos, and I mean, I follow you on Facebook a lot, and I've seen you go to places, Dubai, let me say the Gulf, to deliver titles, and also up in here in the US, delivering title deeds to their owners. What kind of reception do these people give you when you present those titles?
Wow, that's my favorite thing to do. Deliver titles.
Right.
When I got my first, I remember the feeling. It feels like having a baby, like seeing your baby the first time, or seeing your house that you built the first time. It's an emotional feeling.
Right.
I have seen people cry. I have seen people sing now. They can change their future. They can change. Some people buy for their parents to upgrade them. I have seen some buy when the kids are young, so they will sell it when their kids get to college. And I have seen how they have reacted. They are I can't even explain that atmosphere when I'm in a room with a bunch of titles giving everybody, or when they come to the office to pick it, the way they stare at it, the way they stare at their name, at that red stamp,
right,
knowing somewhere has my name on it.
Right.
It's a feeling you can't explain.
Wow.
It's better than graduation, I believe, sometimes. The way I look at people, I'm like, I give them a moment to enjoy.
That's amazing. How do you balance the costs of doing business as a diasporan, and how are you able to compete with the people back at home?
That is so easy. I know I give them for their money. For one, because I'm a diaspora, right? When you're a diaspora, you know a lot of people. You know the system. You know what diasporans want. and what they expect.
Right. Because you've lived it.
Because I've lived it. So I don't have competition on when it comes to that. Secondly, I haven't seen a company that has undersold me.
What does that mean?
That means I value my plots with the people I'm selling to in mind. I'm not trying to get rich quick. I'm trying to change lives and to give people value who in the diaspora so that they will come back to something. Especially I appreciate my Gulf clients. Gulf people are investing more than Americans.
Is that so?
I know people who are
think,
making $35,000 a month and they have invested so much.
Do you think the reason for that is that because Gulf people intend to go back home as compared to people in America, most of who do not really intend to?
No. Gulf people and single women are the biggest. Women overall are the biggest investors because they have a fear of tomorrow. Married people, they know if I don't get this, my husband will do this.
Right.
People who are professional, they know they are professional. I'm a RN, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm a this, I'm in IT, I graduated. I can be hired anywhere. And then the other thing they do, and if you're there, you're listening, you go look at your life.
Askizeni.
So mimi ni Mwai hapa.
Yes.
See, I was working at a job, the same job, let's say gas station. I was in the gas station. I was getting paid $12 a month. I mean, an hour. Then, nipate job ingine na nilipa $27. What do we Kenyans do? Upgrade lifestyle.
Of course. Move to a different place now, get a 2-bedroom.
Trade in the car.
Yeah, of course, get a new car.
Now, unaenda sasa kushop, Macy's na wherever you don't even pitia ile thrift store ulikuwa umezoea.
Si unapigia mwili pole.
Hakujirudishia asante. You can do that with your 2 or 3 months paycheck. But please, if you're making more money and spending more, you're doing nothing. Umeshindwa now. Nimekwambia, people, especially people who are doing CNA, people who are in Seattle here, they are our biggest investors.
Right.
The CNAs have more properties than the nurses.
Wow.
Because if a CNA is making $20 to $30 or $40,
yes,
maybe a nurse is making even up to $70 or whatever.
Yeah.
They will drive big cars, live in big houses, make bigger vacations, spending all their money.
Yes.
And most of the time you don't wanna default their payment. CNA sasa bado akona roommate. Akona ile Honda ya kode yake ama Toyota Camry ya kwanza. Anasukumana, ana save, right. Ana invest, anamaliza, anachukua ingine. Kwa sababu hana expenses. And that is how I was. I had minimum. I don't think I've ever upgraded my life. I think Kenya upgraded me. 16 years, I stayed the same place. When I left for Kenya, I was in the same apartment for 8 years. I could have afforded a house. I could have afforded upgrading my life, upgrading my car. I've kept my Honda CR-V for 12 years. This is the 12th year, and I drive it when I'm here.
Wow.
I can afford to go to the dealership and be sending that $400 a month. But I don't, because I want to reach my financial goals faster.
You know, I feel like I should invite you to have a conversation about setting goals, because I don't know, like, where do you get these ideas from? Because a lot of people do not really know how to set goals, and therefore they just flow. If you don't get in contact with someone that now like puts you in the frame, like tufanye hivi, you're lost.
And most of them, the people around you, they say the averages. I don't know, there's Jim Rohn who say that, the law of averages. You're the average of your friends. You know, if you hang out with me, you like it or not, you will catch my vibe. You will start dressing like me, doing my hairstyle, shopping shoes that look like me. If you look at friends, you'll find the similarities.
Yes.
They even have the same cashmere coats, different colors.
Yeah.
You see? So you have to be careful who is around you. Don't be scared to drop them. Not even dropping them, staying away from them, and then get closer to people who are where you want to go.
Right.
If you see somebody does this, anajipanganga hivi, anafanyanga maisha yake hivi, familia yake iko hivi, get to them. That is what I did. I would pick the mind of the people that I admire. I will question them. I will take them out for maybe a lunch and talk to them. I will sit with them in an event. Ulifanya aje? Ulinunua hiyo plot yako ya Kiambu Road aje? What did you do? How did you do it? And then you try making these people your friend. You attend their events or what they are planning so you can get to learn more. But if your friends like fancy lifestyle, they're in Mexico in March, they're in France the next March, and you just graduated 2-3 years ago, you will never make it. I tell people, jirudishie shukurani, but use common sense. If you look at the rich around you, they are living the minimum. And then when you reach 50 or 55, you can do whatever you want by then. Your kids are grown.
Right.
You have your house paid off. You have like maybe 2-3 years of expenses money that if anything happened, you don't have to worry for 3 years. Then go eat all your money. We will not ask you anything. You can go eat your money. But you eating your money,
right?
You see, and you don't even have your car paid off. You're still having a car note. You haven't invested anything. If something happened to you, we're gonna have the biggest WhatsApp group we have ever seen
to raise funds.
Ukipata shida ya 50K lazima utuambie. Well, people are having many problems and solving it by themselves. Yeah. So I think it's wrong for people to live large and then think that's okay. It's not okay because you're also even a burden to the society as much as you're a burden to your parents. Sacrifice your lifestyle for 5 years, change home. You came to America to change home. We left home to change home. Don't stay here and your home is the same way. Your siblings, they're still living the same lifestyle. Sasa na umegraduate to co-rent. Sasa uko a nurse practitioner. Do something. That investment will pay back because you're helping somebody home who will come here. That's what I did. My sister came here, my mom, and now they help. I don't have to keep sending a lot of money home. So I'm able to save more because I'm changing home. I'm doing 2 projects that are giving them money. So I have more money left in my pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an indictment on men for failing to do much. I would like you to speak to men because I feel like that's a place that needs some word.
Men are from Mars. Before a man trusts you with their money, they will doubt you a lot. Men, I think they have something they need to fulfill. Like they have to look like they have power. They are commanding power where they are. So I think American men are overspending their money, just to look good. I think an American man is so scared that they're not trusting anybody because they're stuck on how they saw their father being called. Unaona? Like something happened somewhere, mwiko ikavunjika, hamjaipika ugali tena. Unaona? A lot of wives are having a hard time investing together with their husbands.
Right.
I cannot tell you how many times I have had women. It happened Thursday. It happened on Thursday. You come with your wife, you agree, mnanunua, na ni wife ameleta hiyo idea, umekuwa umekataa. The time the man agrees, they will not pay. Hizo pesa zitapotea tu. Zitapotea sijui za FEP, sijui za wapi, zitapotea tu. The wife anangangana peke yake. Akimaliza kulipa, ananiambia, chukua your title. Go put it in my name. Because the men don't trust. Have you ever seen, how many chamas or organizations of men only do you know that have done so many stuff?
They hardly even exist. I mean, you try to even put together a group for men. The guys don't participate.
Wana doubt kila kitu, wanaangaliana kama hawa wanatukon, hawa wanafanya hivi.
And it's like everybody wants to be like the smarter one. Like you think
unanibeba ujinga. Yeah, we know too. We know people. We know that everybody wants to do it. Currently I chair three groups of women. And we have done in many things, buying land, even houses. One of the groups called Navista, we bought 35 acres in Nanyuki each. Individually, wakasema wanataka more. So we could not burden the other members who don't have more money. We ended up buying more than 110 acres.
Wow.
2018, 2019, 2020.
Wow.
Group investments work. I always tell people, me and 10 others, if we have $100, in 1 month we can buy one person a plot.
Is that so?
Yeah. Even not even that. Only 10 of us. 1 month. That's 1,000 plot in Rumuruti.
Right.
Within a year, everybody has one before 1 year is over.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Everybody has one. It's that easy, and you're spreading the risk. If you're that scared, do it in a group. Si ndio, si mmetoa hiyo na ni so moja tu yako.
Yeah.
Si hiyo title mtaona kama itatoka ama itoki.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it like that, and it's so. Then you start looking even for more bigger, pricier, more valuable land, and it will. The group will push you if you have a target. If you, me, I always tell people, if you have a need, God will provide. Ukienda uchukue hiyo mortgage, Mungu I always make sure you have something to pay.
Have you considered like establishing conversations just with men alone? Because I feel like for men to trust each other, there's a challenge in there, and probably we need a different voice, that we can listen to. Now that you have 3 groups, can't you consider a 4th group, which now is for the men?
I have thought a lot about this, and one of my ladies who is in trucking had reached out to me to do a circle for men, because when somebody owner operators, they are in the road, something happens to them, they don't know where to get help.
Yeah.
I have had I was owner operator with a partner a long time ago, 2016, and I know the costs of these things can get so expensive. And the lending companies, they give them even at 35%.
Yeah.
Unapewa 5,000 this Friday, you have to give it back on the next Friday when it's 6,000. And because the truck is broken down and they need the money, and they think that if I fix it, I'll go get 3 loads, I'll pay. They don't even look at the interest. They just want to keep going. So we have thought about how to help them, how to form a very nice registered vehicle that can have men themselves involved in it, being in the leaders, have a few women, and then they can be helped how to save and borrow, where they can put their money down, save, and they can borrow 10 times, and then they can decide the percentage interest. They can even have 1% per month.
Yeah.
And that is you know how a merry-go-round works?
Yeah.
Mnatoa pesa mnaweka kwa one pool. You have bylaws, you have all these things guiding you.
Right.
You have like 5 signatories, so nobody's cheating anybody money, especially in America. Right?
Yeah.
If somebody wants to borrow that money, let's say now we have 100,000. You want to borrow 5,000 of that. You come, you do the necessary, you get your paperwork done by the loan officer now there, and then you're given this money that is your money too, because you contribute in it.
Yes.
I think this can help men.
Maybe.
I think it
so.
can.
I think so.
Because their discipline is very low too. Discipline ya mwanaume ataanza kitu, but stories zitakuja zingine usikia.
Kufuatilia inakuwa ni tricky.
Anapata ma expenses zingine na huko asijui unexpected, anashindwa kuendelea.
Right. One of the things that I've been hearing a lot is due diligence. I mean, and it's almost becoming too, the way something crowds your head when you think about land, then you hear due diligence,
It sounds so heavy.
Yeah. What is this due diligence, yet we still keep hearing people lost millions?
It's how they did it. Yeah, I always tell people, trust but verify. If you use a good, reputable lawyer, it can work. I tell people, it's not every lawyer that is legit, because most of the lawyers, if you don't buy, they don't make money. If you're buying a property like 6 million, maybe let's say like 6 million apartment somewhere. No, they're not even that, but they're from 9 million now. If you're buying a 9 million apartment somewhere, you're using a lawyer, the lawyer will charge you the percentage of that
property.
Yeah, maybe like 2. Right?
Yeah.
So what happens if you don't buy? Does that lawyer make money?
Right.
I have had people, when I'm selling Malindi, and the other one was Nanyuki. Two of them was Malindi, 3 was in Nanyuki in the span of the 5 years I've been doing business. A lady in the US asked somebody to give me a referral of a lawyer. Sasa wewe unauliza mtu akupea lawyer hata hujui ni lawyer mgani. Yeah. You're not even doing the due diligence on the lawyer, amewak na nani, track record. Ni kama kwenda kwa any doctor.
Yeah.
Ama just anybody to do something for you. Even women, I tell them, even braider, you want to see what the braider has done ya kushuke nywele. Yeah. Anaweza kuwa na practice na wewe ama nini,
That's right. Yeah.
So these lawyers have come and told me, they send their clerks, they don't even come. anakuja nakwambia, unajua aje, mi nakuonanga online, nakuonanga na ukienda kwa hizi interview za TV majuu, I know wewe ni legit. Hizo vitu zimemfanya afikiri mi ni legit. Ndio nanionanga places.
Right.
Hata ukaiba watu unaweza enda wapi. So I want you so and so akipiga simu umwambie sisi lawyer tulikuja na tulifanya due diligence. They come to the office and they say that.
Wow.
And that's it.
Wow.
I feel so sorry because I know you paid that person a lot of money to come do due diligence. Anachukua tuka photocopy ka title anaenda.
Right. So if someone is transacting with you, would they still need to like get a lawyer, or can they depend on the lawyers that you have if it's a transaction that you are running?
I always say do the due diligence on the company. So if you trust that company, I believe if you're buying from my company, you can trust my lawyer. If you trust me and you trust my company, and you're buying land that is below 1 million, you can trust my lawyers to do that for you, to handle the transfer, because there's a legal transfer fee. But you can also bring your lawyer and pay them. Yeah, but we have in-house lawyers. They don't charge you anything. But of course,
so you don't pay them extra. If you're buying property from you, then you benefit from the services the lawyer gives.
The lawyer is on a retainer. They are our lawyers, Bama Diaspora lawyers. They handle everything. So even if you're buying from us, you don't pay that process, because it's called processing fee. Title processing fee includes all those things, including legal fees. Yeah, making that transfer form, that sale agreement, all those, there's a provision for the lawyers and staff. And the lawyers will charge just those 2 documents. They can charge up to 10,000. Especially in Malindi, I've seen them charge even 40 per title.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for ours, we have them in-house.
That's beautiful.
But I have seen a few people who have been burnt very bad, who don't even trust Adwanyoba. They will bring their own lawyers, and that is okay because you're paying them.
I want to give you a scenario. My sister and I were approached by someone that actually approached one of our sisters. Our sister is in Kenya. And they told her that she was trying to dispose of her piece of land, which she had gotten many years ago through a cooperative somewhere in Georgia.
Nice.
So she wanted to dispose that piece off because now she's old. The husband, is old. They want to move back to Muranga. So we decided to look for a lawyer to do due diligence. So he advised us that we should ask that lady to go to meet with them with whatever the documentation that they had. And when she came, apparently what they had was like a share certificate.
Red flag.
Okay. And apparently for that land to be sold, you have to get the consent of like the family members, and then there's the mother title has to be transferred, or
it's a long process.
Yeah, it's a long process. But by the time that they were meeting, the lawyer had insisted that we pay them already, So we already paid him 20,000 Kenya shillings.
Deposit, I don't know and what.
Yeah. No. So what's supposed to happen? And I don't want to move you out of your company. I would want to stick within the confines of your company, the way you do it. When you hear about share certificates and those kinds of things, because for the people that are out there, and you said red flag already, what is the right way? What is the right thing that one should be looking out for?
If you're in the diaspora, stay away from those. Because you don't know the genesis of this cooperative.
Right.
Like the one I told you I got from my grandmother. It was that share certificate. And the titles hasn't come out yet. And that was 2007. Even people have built all that area. You look like places like even Embakasi, some areas. Ruai, some places like Githurai, it's all of Mwihoko. Watu wamejenga kote, hakuna mtu akona title hata moja. I have a few plots there that I've been trying to sell myself,
Right.
But the problem is only people who know the genesis of that area trust it. Let's say maybe you come from Mount Kenya, there's a cooperative society there. They were giving those certificates and shares for those shambas. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Those ones you can buy if you're involving your parents and the neighbors and everybody.
Right.
But somebody coming with a share certificate you don't know is where.
Right.
Like now the ones I bought in Mwai is because my dad knows that area. The brothers have bought there. Like the whole from railroad from the rail progressive in Githurai, those ones titles came out just the other day. I think 2 years ago, your progressive in Githurai, that area, that titles came the other day. And these people have those apartments and houses for maybe 20 years.
Right.
You know, and there's an office that has been there forever. That everybody goes and there's a register of who bought from this, who bought from this.
So you can be able to track.
Yeah, but it can be changed also, remember, because these are not in the system, they are not in the land's office. That's the trick.
Yeah.
So if you know nobody, like now you're buying the diaspora, you don't know anybody in Mwai in that area of Githurai.
Yeah.
You don't even have an alibi kusema huyu tulikuwa na yeye tukienda mikutano ya nani, even directors knows her. So it is so tricky.
Right.
If people who should be buying those kind of stuff are our parents because they know the histories of these share certificates of these organizations, how they were formed.
Right.
And then they come so many disputes. Like one of them, like that for my grandmother, it was owned by the three men. Kirema, I don't know who and who. The Kirema was having issues, especially.
The one, I saw the story.
And one person died. One of the director died. That makes it so hard.
Complicated
To transfer these things. And I just stay away from share certificates. They are cheap, you know?
Yeah.
They are cheap. But if you're in the diaspora, please, unless you're buying in your next door, in your village where you know the story.
Yeah.
You know the whole story of that cooperative society.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. If someone is approaching your company, what would they be able to get from your company? What are the products that you deal with?
So when somebody is coming to my company, one thing they are assured of is value. We call it land poor, bay poor.
Land poor, bay poor.
Yeah, we have minimized our expenses. We have our office at Mountain Mall. We have just a good size of office. We do not have these grandiose things and all this stuff. You will not see us in big billboards. You will not see us in these big vehicles or whatever. You will not see us in many places because we want to keep. We are the mom and pop. Americans call the mom and pop shop. You know, it's usually have good, tailor-made, nicely, and well priced because they care about you and they know you, right? So when you come to our company, you will find products from different places in Kenya that are at affordable range.
Right.
You can come and tell us what you want. What's your budget? I want to spend 1,000. Or I want to spend 20,000. I want to buy land for farming because the first thing in land buying you have to know is for what. Do you want a beach plot? Do you want farming? You know, do you want just speculation or what? And sometimes you don't even need to have a reason because you're just buying to invest. Kuficha hizo pesa na huko ndio usizitumie and you can sell later. That we call it speculation. Actually, it's a reason. You can buy it with that reason of a speculation. So when you come to us, we started with Nanyuki, where we have done 23 estates. 23, my people.
That's almost owning the entire...
We stay humble, but we move big. Tuna move kabisa. The diaspora has trusted us so much. They come in groups in chamas. We sell them in chamas. They come individually.
Right.
And we have helped them.
Awesome.
So if you want Nanyuki, we can get you where you want in Nanyuki. We're in several locations. Kimori, Ereri, Segera, wherever in Dana. If you want anywhere, you want what size, come. We will tailor make. We can even tailor make it for you. You want a 3/4, you want 1 acre. So don't believe the narrative going around that we sell 50 by hundreds. People are buying even 10 acres.
Right.
It's like how you go to buy water in Walmart.
Yes.
You can buy the can, you can buy the big, whichever you want.
Right.
You can't come and tell me you want half an acre. I tell you, no, I sell 50 by 100. No.
Right.
That is even easier for me because I'm giving you one title instead of many titles. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we want people to afford. Even if those low-income earners, we want them to afford. We work with border people and we customize them for them. We work with the Gulf people with their low salaries and we customize for them. Yeah, we have Malindi by the beach. I like this one because it's, like you said, on tarmac. It's
touching
actually
tarmac.
it is actually touching tarmac. Sanding beaches is 2 kilometers to the beach and it's costing 2,000. No, I don't want to say in dollars anymore because this dollar has been everywhere.
Okay.
It is 295.
Okay.
Imagine when you're in your apartment or townhouse and you can see the ocean for only 295.
Wow.
That is a price that is unheard of in that area, and I want to do that. I want to have a legacy.
Right.
It's fenced. I put up a big gate. It's 10 acres is already sold out to diasporans. Only one Kenyan is there. I think 2. And this bought because they sent their relatives to go see and themselves they like it.
Right.
Those are the only Kenyans we have mostly. Ukituma sister yako akaone na yeye anapenda.
Yeye pia anataka.
We made a magnificent gate because I wanted to bear the name Bama Diaspora. And in 5-10 years I pass there, I will feel good that I did something.
Right.
I gave people the beach side at affordable prices.
Is there a minimum amount of money? Is there a payment plan? Like, how do you, are people able to pay like little by little, monthly by monthly or 2 weeks by 2 weeks?
We love cash payers. They help us move to the next estate.
Right.
But we understand that people are different, incomes are different, and responsibilities.
Yeah, and the point of entry as well, because someone probably has been doing these things and maybe this is when the gospel has gotten to them and they cannot put up with the demands. So they,
You're right.
probably
You're
have
right.
some little...
Some people have to hear about land and buying it like 10 times before they even decide. And they want to just dip that finger,
Yeah.
one finger before they put the whole hand.
Yes.
So our lowest installment to start with is $100.
Okay.
$100 you're in the journey. $100 a year, you have a plot. So owning land, there's no excuse. We have, most of the time, you'll put 20% or $1,000 and you can get your 5,000 or even 2 million land, whichever one you choose, however many pieces. I told you can buy in multiples,
Right.
where we give you individual titles if you tell us or one title together. We like to customize our payment plans according to people's needs. Some people tell me I get paid every 2 weeks. Some people tell me I am buying this land with my chama money. My chama money rotates every 2 months.
Yeah.
I get this kalamsam every 2 months. So I will be done paying in 6 months. I'll be done paying in a year, but I'll be getting this month much. Anachukua maybe 2-3 acres for maybe 4-5 million. Analipa na hiyo pesa ya chama yake target. So unaona analipanga chama yake maybe $100 a week.
Right. Yeah.
By the time anazunguka, by the 2 months anatuma hizo pesa zote.
Okay.
Yeah, so you come, we will talk with you. You tell us how much deposit you can put and how you can be able to pay. They go up to 1 year. If you pay in 3 months, we call it same as cash. If you pay your land between signing up your sale agreement and 3 months, there is no interest, or that is called same as cash.
Okay. So if someone is like investing in like the one that you said in Malindi, what do you give them once they start to pay? Like if for instance, if I'm just making the commitment, what does someone get at that point?
So what happens, you come, you tell me you want Malindi, I'll give you a selection map. You choose your number. Maybe you want 20 and 21 and 22. I will make a sale agreement that you sign, I sign, the lawyer signs.
Yeah.
That's a legal binding document in Kenya. It protects both parties.
Yeah.
I cannot increase the price on you. We have locked that price. Even if they announce an airport is coming next door and they're paying me money to give the government the land, I can't. And also it protects me that, because if you told me you're going to pay in 6 months or you're going to pay cash, unless you come and change, it protects me. Sorry, if you default or you do all this kind of stuff.
Right.
If you don't refuse to pay at all, it protects me that I can sell your land and send you your deposit.
Minus some costs, of course.
Sale agreement is very important. After that, now, whenever you send your money, we receipt immediately. You get receipts immediately to show proof of payment. Yeah. So by that time, we are transferring your land. They say it takes 60 days, sometimes 90 days, but some titles, some counties are easier. We're able to do it even in 2 weeks, even in 1 month. We have had people come on vacation, they buy, by the time they're going back in a month, they have
their titles.
They have their title. They have seen their land and they have their
that's
title.
beautiful. How does one pay you? For instance, like if they now decide I'm buying or I'm investing in your products, how does one now transact with you? Where do they send their money? How does the money, because I mean, you're not in Seattle like throughout.
Yeah.
How does one do that?
So the good thing about the diaspora company is you can pay either way you want. You want to pay in the diaspora because people feel good when they pay you here. So they have, and you're American, so they have evidence of a paper
The
trail.
transaction, yeah.
Yeah, they can sue you for whatever. They can say, I paid her this and she never delivered this, because you also have a sale agreement. It makes people feel safe. So they can pay me here in my bank, Wells Fargo. They can Cash App. A lot of people love Cash App and Venmo. A whole lot of people like Zelle. So they're able also to track.
Right.
I don't encourage cash because now, you know, cash is cash. We know this. You like that paper trail. Even when you go and search and Mwai or Bama Diaspora, you can see how you have made your
Transacted,
payments. Yeah. A lot of people take advantage. They can see now the dollar is rising. They take advantage. I'm a KCB agent, by the way, diaspora agent, if you want to open a KCB account.
Okay.
You send the money to your account in Kenya when the dollar is hitting high. Ukisikia imeenda juu, you send the money to your account. So now you can transfer online. Online app for KCB is very easy right now. It's so easy that it's like the ones here. You just go there, transfer to me. Or you can even put a starting order. Inatokanga 50K per month inakuja.
Right.
So you can pay through M-Pesa. Or you have a pay bill, you have a till number. There's so many ways to pay.
Oh, okay.
You can actually, I have had some clients send a check. One lady, I don't want to mention her. She's a nurse in Florida. She sent me 5 checks of 5,000 each. She was buying Diani. She was buying several plots in Diani. She post-dated them all the way.
What?
So I had the work of depositing.
Every
2 weeks. But we like this. It was a
That's
nice
interesting.
experience. So she just went to her checkbook, wrote them, put in an
Post-dating.
envelope, mailed them
Wow.
here in the US. And it
Interesting.
worked because she's in a credit union. The husband is in the Navy.
Right.
And the credit unions are not good with the sale. They sell, I think, 500.
Yeah, there's a
1,000.
limit, yeah.
Yeah, so these 5,000 every 2 weeks would have looked so ridiculous. So she told me the best way, and I want to buy these, is checks. And it works.
Awesome. Awesome. Closing remarks.
Diasporans, we work so hard, and we came here because we want to improve our lives. If Kenya was so nice, if we had the money in Kenya, majority of the people wouldn't come here, right? Let's not forget why we came here. Don't forget your why. Don't be distracted by everything. Moderation is key. Work hard and invest harder.
Nice.
Let's retire early and enjoy this life. It's to be lived. Aim to retire as earlier than your father. If your father retired at 55, aim to retire at 45. It's doable. You can reach your financial goals faster. But if you minimize your expenses, make more money, invest in places, there are so many vehicles to use. Choose wisely. Talk to people who are where you want to go, and just do homework on all the other ways of investing. Diversify your portfolio. I know I'm in real estate. I'm not saying everybody to do it. I just say just be smart. The goal is to win. The goal is to see everybody win.
Awesome. That is great. I won't let you go before I clarify something that you had said somewhere. For people that are in diaspora, when they're traveling to Kenya, you provide transportation for them for free.
Yes.
But just tell us about that one more time.
I love Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn says, give people value, right? If you give people value, you can ask them for anything, right? So if you give people that right, you'll be able to talk to them
Right.
about your products. You will give them a gift pack with your brochures and stuff.
Let me just stop you right there. I want you to speak about it like to someone who's not heard about it. I've heard about it.
Oh,
but I want you to speak to someone who doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're there, you're a diaspora, you're in Gulf, you're in Germany, you're in the US, you are in the Caribbean or South America. You're coming to Jamhuri. We will carry you with your mini bags from the airport to your destination, free of charge.
They just need to let you know that I'm arriving on this day.
You send your itinerary, because
Yes.
sometimes some people text and then they had a typo on time.
Yeah.
Or they put an AM or a PM or somewhere. Or
Yes.
you know how the Kenyan dates are,
Yeah.
month, date,
Yeah.
and then the confusion, and then you don't want to arrive, there's nobody. So send your itinerary, book this 4 days, maybe minimum 4 days in advance, because we need planning. Jomo Kenyatta is not that near anywhere.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So, guys, what you heard is that if you're traveling to Kenya, you can get a free ride from the airport to places around Nairobi, right?
Correct.
And that's free of charge. And what Anne now said is that, she understands it. When she gives you that free ride, she gets to get someone to tell you about the company and what they do and all of that, right?
I do. And you will also go tell other people about us.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, I've had situations where people get out of here, they're at the airport and they don't have anybody to pick them. Sometimes you get there and you probably didn't have the right applications, like the apps to get Uber or, whatever from that side.
Yeah, you don't even have the Wi-Fi. We know our country. Even
Yes.
the airport Wi-Fi might fail you.
Yeah.
And your T-Mobile or whatever might not work. And also, you come from Bere. That is not near. It's a few hours, right?
Yes.
Or you come from Western Nyanza, wherever, Rift Valley, Washingishu.
Yeah.
You want to stay in the nearby hotels for a day or two, finish up with Nairobi, then go up country to see parents.
Right.
So, yes, I don't think anybody lands and goes directly to Eldoret.
Not really.
Especially with the night arrivals.
Yeah.
Especially Jumbo Jet doesn't work at night. So we can ride you to a hotel or any Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have like preferences? Are you able to also assist someone, like identify a place that they can go to when they land, maybe for a day or two?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, somewhere we had been with you, I like helping people. My information is, I like giving people value, like I said. If you need help with anything, like now I'm helping a lady with the Airbnb for summer. Like I know, being in Kenya, I've been connected with so many service providers and so many things, tour company. Yeah, I like, even if you're not buying from me, I just love helping people. I think I might be a descendant of the Calcutta lady, Mother Teresa. Some people tell me, you offer free information, just free. You should charge a little bit, consultation.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here because I sat down with people for free.
Yes.
And they gave me a lot of information.
So you pass it on.
I pass it on so it can
beautiful.
flow in. If you don't have outlets, it's not coming in.
Wow. That's amazing. And it's been a pleasure hosting you and having you talk to us on the Tony Shira Show and TCTV1 USA. I don't know if you're out there, if you benefited from this, but if you did, please feel free to put a comment down on this video, and you can also share it because there are so many people out there who would like to get information about how to acquire land that is guaranteed not to have you lose your money. And of course, I mean, if you heard right, this is a company that minimizes the process for you to do that word, due diligence, because they do most of the work for you. So thank you so much, Mwai, for coming through.
You're welcome.
We will be seeing you next. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and see you on the next.